Da-da. Welcome in everybody to another wonderful episode of 863 Sports Buzz. Alright, Facebook's there. We're hitting go live on Facebook. We're hitting go live on. Why is YouTube not working? Come on, YouTube. Why ain't we working, YouTube? Come on now. Come on now. Nope. Why are we not live? Oh, we are live. Ah, never mind. Just kidding. Just kidding. Just kidding. Waiting for Donnie Mac to come back. Are you ready, Donnie Mac?
Share that Facebook thing to all providers, Marshentime, because I cannot do it.
Ah, gotcha. So we'll go on here.
All followers of 863 Sports Buzz.
Gotcha.
They need to see this Marshentime because it's going down tonight. It is going down. 863 Sports Buzz. We got a lot of things to kick around, Marshentime.
It is shared, my friend. It is shared. It is going. It is on the Sports Buzz page. It's on YouTube. We are live and ready to rock and roll. Donnie Mac, are you ready to talk here? Ready to go?
No, give me 1 second, man.
Oh my gosh, he just broke his own thing. He broke his own thing, guys. This is what I deal with, people. I just want you to know. This is the guy I deal with all the time.
All the time.
All the time. This is my technological person here. I'm waiting for Donnie Mac to say he's ready to go, guys. You know, he's sending me links because I need links to my own thing. This guy, tell you what. Tell you what, everybody. This guy, man, does some special things.
How you looking over there, Marshentime? Look good?
You look just fine, my friend.
Thank you, sweetheart.
Yeah, you know. Hey, you. All right, you ready there, buddy, to start her up and crank it up and start this podcast and do it correctly?
863 Sports Buzz Podcast, Marshentime.
You know
Rip it off.
This is 863 Sports Buzz. I am Marshentime, my partner over there, Donnie Mac. We're here talking all sports all day, man. You know what it is. It's the best sports podcast in the world. This is 863 Sports Buzz. Donnie Mac, where do we start today?
Marshentime, we can start in a lot of aspects of today's sports. You know,
True.
NBA playoffs, Major League Baseball is just, it's taking a toll right now. And we got National Hockey League
playoffs are going good.
There's a lot that can go on right now. First thing I want to mention, though, Marshentime, first night live on TikTok, guys. If you're not on 863 Sports Buzz, go check it out on TikTok. We're live on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok tonight. TikTok's going to get a little bit better. We're going to figure it out, but we got to offer you something. But we are live tonight on all three platforms, Marshentime. I feel good about that. First thing I want to talk about, Marshentime, we got to talk about the NFL draft. That is the meat and potatoes. Everybody wants to kick this around right now. Shedeur Sanders sliding so far. The Giants taking Cam Scatterbo. You know, the Oakland Raiders, the best running back in the draft. Absolutely phenomenal pick. I called this 3 or 4 months ago.
You did. You called them taking Genty. You called it.
Kick this around. Go ahead and throw around. What do you think? Give me some grades. Anything off the top of your mind right now about this draft?
Anything off the top of my head, man. Listen, All I gotta say is there's going to be a very interesting thing going on. Everybody said, Jacksonville traded up for the number two, the Travis Hunter, all that stuff. The Browns trading back. The Browns drafting two quarterbacks now.
Two of
Listen, man, it's going to be interesting. Is all I gotta say. What are the Browns going to do? Because they don't really have a quarterback right now. So they don't
and
wait, and they wait
not
and
only
draft
that,
later on.
they signed Joey Flacco, did they
They did.
not?
They
They
re-signed
signed
Joe
him
Flacco.
to
Joe
a
Flacco's
hefty
back and
$10
forth.
million, $8 million
Yeah, let's be
contract,
honest.
something
Joe
like
Flacco's a
that.
little bit of an older guy, man. You can't be. I don't know how much I rely on Joe Flacco.
He's a
I
veteran,
love
though.
Joe Flacco.
Yeah,
He's done his thing. He wins games, but he is not the guy he
that's what he
used to
does.
be. Donnie Mack. Let's see. You want to start NFL draft though? What do you think of the first couple picks? Did you see any surprises that really stuck out to you? Or was it just like,
Well,
it's kind of what we were
I
thinking,
think the
honestly?
first one that comes to mind to like everybody is Cleveland trading down and letting Jacksonville get that pick to get Travis Hunter.
After they
I
said he
think
was a
that was
generational talent.
That's
Kind of
it. You
crazy.
know, they were playing the ploy right there. You know what I mean? Obviously, the new head coach there, and he came from Tampa Bay. He's an offensive-minded coach. So
Mm.
that leads me to think that Travis Hunter will be playing a lot of wide receiver for the Jacksonville Jaguars this year. And you know what? That's good for him because he can get paid that way, Marshentime. To me, that was the most surprising move of this draft right there. Jacksonville moving up. They thought he was a generational talent. They went and they got him, and it cost them because Cleveland doubled up on their picks. They
Yeah, I mean,
doubled up.
they did.
They, they did pretty good. You know, I was thinking the whole time when I was looking at this Cleveland draft, through the first three rounds, the whole time I'm thinking about the movie Draft Day. These guys are doing it. They were doing
They kind of
very
did. I mean, they
well.
kind of did.
They did very, very well. And to top it off, they went ahead and got Shador Sanders. And with the 144th pick, didn't cost them near anything. They could sit him as long as
True.
they want, just like they did the $250 million quarterback that they have i- in Deshaun
They,
Watson.
they didn't have a
Time.
choice on him though. He was always
So,
hurt. So
I mean, what better scenario can you think about than to have Joey Flacco with a running game and a badass defense? You just signed Miles Garrett, you know what I mean? So I
true.
think Cleveland kind of did right there in the first couple of rounds. How it's going to shake out, I don't know.
Mm.
Stefanski for Cleveland, he's been in the playoffs 2 out of 5 years. That's the most since 2010 for the Cleveland Browns. So I mean, maybe he knows what he's doing. Maybe he's got a little bit of say so there, and maybe the ownership tried to bring a little bit of attention to the franchise with that 144 pick. Who knows what's going on? But what I do know is they still got Miles Garrett and they have Nick Chubb, and
They
that
do.
is a recipe right there to start it all.
And Nick Chubb is a guy he's kind of forgotten about because last year he was hurt most of the
He
year. He
is
came back. He
forgotten
really didn't
about.
do all that great. But that's because he didn't have any help. Like, what do you expect? I mean, they were just keying in on a Nick Chubb.
That's
I
right.
don't really like it, so we'll see what ends up happening this year. I love Nick Chubb. I think he'll
And
come
one
back because
thing
he's one of the best
AC3
running backs in the
Sports
league.
Buzz podcast is not going to let you forget is Nick Chubb. We
Of course
will
not. Man,
mention
I
him
love
a
Nick Chubb.
lot.
I keep saying he's
Love
one of the best running backs in the league, if not the best.
Right.
So be
Anybody
careful
can come
next
back
year.
with two ACLs like this guy right here, he's an Iron Man.
100%, man. I love him. And he's going to keep on trucking. He's going to keep doing his thing. Donnie Mac, you love that, though. Okay, what other surprise pick did you see happen this year? There wasn't like a Michael Penix this year, let's be honest. Well, there kind of was, honestly.
There kind of
There kind
was
of was.
Seattle.
Seattle,
Seattle
yeah.
kind of
Seattle's
did
an
that
interesting
right
one.
there. They signed Sam Darnold and they turn around and they draft what was the quarterback they drafted more at the time? I'm sorry. They drafted another quarterback, young quarterback. And I'm embarrassed for forgetting his name right now, but they did kind of the same thing right there. But it's another guy that they got in the third or fourth round that they could
Yeah.
sit behind Sam Darnold and let him sit there and learn a little bit from a veteran and play a little bit of ball. And they stacked up on defense all throughout the lineup. That was kind of a surprise, but what they did in the front four half on the Seattle defense, they're stacking it.
Yeah, I mean, that's 100% true. I mean, there were a lot of defensive tackles, though, in this draft, man. I mean, this defensive side of draft this year was just insane. I mean, all the way down from pick what 3 all the way down to pretty much the last couple picks, man. I mean, it was all about the same. It was all the big guys. Oh, Donnie Mac just broke his thing again.
Sorry about that, guys.
Sorry, we're letting Donnie Mac catch up for his thing. He broke his thing. He does it a lot, guys. You'll get used to it. Don't worry, I promise. Donnie Mac's a little bit of a technological guru, though. He'll set you back up pretty quickly.
I got you. I got you, guys. We're back
Proud
here
of you.
live action.
Proud of you, buddy. Proud of you, buddy. Listen,
Sorry about
we
that.
got all this stuff going on, though. You got some new things, new
Yeah.
teams, new things
We do.
going. Listen, new coaching, new things. I liked what Pete Carroll did in the draft this year. Pete Carroll did some interesting things. I think he's going to have an interesting setup in the Raiders, and I'd be a little bit worried about the Raiders next couple of years.
I tried to tell you this a couple of months ago when Pete Carroll came in and they made the moment they made the move for Geno Smith, I knew what was going on. Pete Carroll was setting up. Geno played for him for 7 years. You know, Marshawn played for him for 7 years. He knows what he can get out of this quarterback position. You know what Ashton Gentry does for Pete Carroll? He buys him 3 or 4 years. That's exactly what he's going to do. Buy him 3 or 4 years to replace that quarterback, and you know what? They're going to have a Super Bowl team. So in 2 to 3 years, I expect to see those Las Vegas Raiders knocking on that door, that Super Bowl.
Listen, I mean, they're in a tough division right now because we see Denver's coming on. Denver had a great draft, I think. Denver may be a scary team this year.
Kansas City. Kansas City had a hell of a good draft, too.
Very true.
Man,
Very
that
true.
division is got to be the toughest in football.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to play in it. I definitely wouldn't want to play in it.
Marshentime, look at Harbaugh. He brought in another wide receiver in the second round.
Which he needed to.
Guy can stretch the field. Oh my God! And a running back. Actually, he brought in a wide receiver. Yeah, second round. Running back in the third round, and Hampton. Actually, he took Hampton in the first round. Number 22 pick overall, I believe. Fact check me on that, Marshentime. But then, you know, McConklin come in the second round last year, and they got Thomas this year in the second round. I think his name is Thomas, but he's a big 6'3" guy that can stretch the field. A guy that like Keenan Allen, like your big guy that can stretch the field like a Brandon Marshall. Like, defense was not their problem last year, Marshentime. Offense, now they can run the ball. They got a second guy they can throw the ball to with Herbert, McConklin, and man, this is looking dangerous. This division is looking absolutely implodable.
Yeah, I mean, that division, I feel like in a couple of years is going to be a toss-up. Of course, you're never going to count the Kansas City Chiefs out just because of who they have on as their quarterback and as their coach. But, man, what the Raiders did, what the Broncos did, what all the Chargers did, they're not giving up to them. That's what I like.
Hey, you know what, Marshentime, you're absolutely 100% right. This division, I could see it being split 1-1 through all 4 teams this year. I could see it going that way.
Oh, Fast Eddie's over. Don't make me come down there. You won't like it. If I have to come down there, I'll slap the Jesus out of both of you.
Hey, he's a big Denver fan, man. He's a Packers.
Listen, man, I'm rooting for Denver right now. I'm just saying, Denver right now.
He's on top of
good, so you know.
He's a big Denver guy. He's a big Cincinnati supporter. He likes the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And you know what? Tampa Bay Buccaneers, talking about them, Florida team right now, taking Uboka, third wide receiver there, man. Wow. Are they telling Baker Mayfield that they trust in this guy right here by this draft? Loading up on defense in the second, third round and giving him a wide receiver. They think they got what they need.
Listen, man. Let's be honest. I mean, they got the receivers. They have the tight end. They have the offensive line. They have a decent running back. Yeah. You know, I mean, what else do they need? I mean, the Buccaneers can really take a big right.
Oh my
God. Listen, they've won the South the last 2 years. They're looking for another year, so it wouldn't surprise me.
These guys are on the march, man. They are on the march. I like the direction of them. Any other team that you saw? What about the Chicago Bears? What do you think about them taking another wide receiver in the second round?
Listen, I ain't saying nothing about the Chicago Bears because there's one problem with the Chicago Bears. They got Caleb Williams as their quarterback. So,
Or stop. A little bit of bias there on that end right there. Okay, a little bit of bias there, Marshentime. I need you to scratch that for 1 second and tell me what you think. Give me an honest grade
uh,
on those Miami Dolphins.
ha! Listen, man. The Dolphins had so many holes to fill. They did go out. They got a couple defensive tackles. They got three defensive tackles actually, which was kind of surprising. They did get a nice inside guard. They traded up to get him, and they got Quinn Ewers as a backup quarterback to Tua. That may be a huge thing in the next couple of years. I mean, Quinn Ewers didn't look horrible in Texas. He put up some great numbers at Texas. He did well, and he's pretty accurate. Let's be honest. Quinn Ewers was very
Yeah,
accurate in Texas.
yeah, that he
And
was.
that's what Mike McDaniel needs. I mean, maybe if Tua gets hurt, he may come in there and fill in very well. And then we got OG too, of course. From Oklahoma State, who had a
Yeah.
record-breaking year last year. We'll see what happens, man. I mean, I'll give him a B plus at this point. We'll see what happens. I wish they would have went a little bit more on the offensive line, but
On the offensive line,
we'll see what
I don't
happens.
I'll tell you this, and there's a wide receiver out there already, and it shows the growth in him, what he got a vision going forward. The fast wide receiver. Tyler Lockett, as we know, is signed with the Tennessee Titans.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So Cam Ward's got a good long target. He's got Calvin Ridley over there. That's a good deal. But
Yep.
Mike McDaniels, that franchise kind of showed me a little bit of something when they didn't chase this wide receiver I'm talking about out there. And I don't want to talk about it because it's going to give them bad juju. If they sign him, it's going to cost them too much, and he's going to be fucking hurt all year. And excuse me for that language, guys, but that's exactly going to happen most of the time. So I'll give you my grade. What's your grade overall for the Miami Dolphins?
I'm
Would you
giving him
say B
a
plus?
B, a B plus. Kind of right in between that. I don't want to go too high, but
I give him a B plus also, Marshall time. That's why I said B plus out loud. But I'll ask you this. Let's roll on to the next team that's most important on this A63 Sports Buzz podcast, and that is those cardiac cats, Marshall time.
hey,
What
man.
you saw that happened in this draft, what they needed to do, what kind of grade would you give them?
Listen, Donnie Mac, you made me start with my team. You know what's happening. You're starting with your team, buddy. Give me the grade. Give me your grade, buddy.
Plus,
You're not doing that. You're not pulling that
hey,
on me, buddy. I know what you're
nothing but
trying.
defense. I give these guys a B plus, almost an A minus, man.
Uh,
Nothing but defense. They
which
know
what they needed.
exactly what's
They
going
know
on.
that's exactly
They
what they
know
need.
exactly. The first pass rusher, number 17, out of Texas A&M. This
Yep.
guy Stewart, and he is an absolute monster. Joe Burrow greeting
Yep.
him in the tunnel, coming into, hey, my name is Joe. And he goes, no, man, just say my name is Joe, you know what I mean? And he went on introducing the rest of his squad and let him know, my name is Joe. Welcome to the team. Let's go get some sacks, was the last thing that he said to him. Trey Henderson, that's a big deal, possibly losing him, possibly
Yeah.
signing. If they sign him,
Still
Marching
trying to
time,
figure that out.
and they've got this young cat right here that's poised for 10 or 15 sacks this rookie season. And Calais Campbell is my favorite. My favorite in this
Yeah.
draft out of Penn State. I'm a Ohio State fan, but this kid, he's going to put up 15 sacks in his rookie season. Mark my words, mark this date right now.
Wow. Save it.
He will put up
Everybody
15
save
sacks
that
this
in
year.
your stats. If we're
Save
bringing
it,
this up in a year.
and this could be the rookie of the year we're looking at,
Ooh.
Calais Campbell.
Ooh.
But the Cincinnati Bengals, they invested everything on defense.
They
That's
did.
what we need to see from them because on the offseason, March time, what we see them invest in? Everything on offense. All this money going out. That's the
True.
first time
True.
for Mike Brown in Cincinnati now. He's shelled out a lot of money for wide receivers, quarterbacks, the whole 9 yards. Offensive line still looks kind of there. Defense in that division, that's what they loaded up on was defense. Pittsburgh's retooling. That's kind of scary. I give them an A minus. Break it down, A minus.
I like it. Honestly, that's pretty an accurate thing. I mean, I wish they would have kind of went a little bit. Maybe a little couple bigger guys to stop the run. Though you guys got a couple edge rushers, but hey, listen, I love what you're doing. They did exactly what they needed. They went all defense. They had to go defense, man. I 100% agree with that. That's what they did. So I'll give your Cincinnati Bengals a little bit of credit on that one. I'll give them, a good thing. I'll give them a B plus though.
Hey,
I'm gonna
hey,
stick with a B
hey,
plus.
guys, mark that down on your calendar right there, guys. Mark that down on your Martian time gives a little bit of credit to those cardiac cats.
Yeah, I didn't say it's gonna work out for them, but it's a little bit better. So we'll see what happens with them. We'll see what they do, and we'll see if these guys show up. Because let's be honest, we've seen a lot of first round busts. We've seen a lot of teams that thought they got the godsend to their team and have absolutely fell straight flat on the face. So who knows what's gonna happen, right, Donnie Mac?
Yeah, who knows what's going to happen? My phone was kind of dying. I had to get it on the charger. We're no longer live on TikTok. Sorry about that, guys. We are now over on Facebook and YouTube. But Fast Eddie, dude, you need to go somewhere.
you know what we're missing, Donnie Mac?
What are we missing?
I gotta get something here real fast. You keep talking.
Get
real
it
fast.
out.
I'm gonna go
Get
grab
it
something
out.
real fast.
Get it out, Martian. Oh, what Martian Time says he's going to get something out. He's going to break it out. You better watch out, Martian Time has got something for you, man. He's coming back. Give him 1 second. Oh, my God. I can see him now. Martian Time, what the heck you got going on over there, bro? You get... it, it sounds like a scuba gear. Scuba gear? You got the scuba gear?
We gotta bring the board back.
Oh, March time is breaking out the board.
Donnie Mac, we forgot to do something during the NBA playoffs. We didn't do a bracket, my friend. We didn't break this down. So now you know what we gotta do, Donnie Mac.
We're still in the first round of the playoffs.
We are, but there was a team that's already been eliminated. And that is the Memphis Grizzlies. Let's be honest. I don't think either one of us would have chose the Grizzlies anyway. So, I'm just saying.
Memphis Puppies. I don't think so.
The Memphis Puppies. It's probably a good name for them, honestly, the way they play. There we go. Look at that. Fits in there perfectly. So I got to write all these up here.
Time, we want to talk a little bit of NBA right now. What are your thoughts? And I'm going to throw this out there right now. You're talking about Sixth Man of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year, Rookie of the Year, Marshentime. What are some of your thoughts? Defensive Player of the Year was one of the biggest ones. I called Dyson Daniel the biggest defensive asset on the year, but the NBA and their voting had other ideas, and they said Evan Mobley, the 7-footer out of Cleveland, is the defensive player of the year. What are your thoughts on that?
Listen, man, I think it's where they play at. Let's be honest. It has a little bit of help when you're playing for the number 1 overall team in the East. And he proved it, honestly. Let's be honest. I mean, he earned it. He played really well defense all year round. But he had a lot of help. He always had Allen right behind him and everything else. So I'm a little disappointed in it. I agree with you on Dyson Daniels. I think he's really impressed. But he's young, too. Dyson Daniels is going to be reckoned with in a couple years, man. I'm telling you, he's going to be there for a long, long time. He will get him an NBA Defensive Player of the Year.
Sixth Man of the Year, Mark. Break that down for me real quick. What are your thoughts on that? Because there's a couple of guys I could think of, Sixth Man of the Year. A couple of guys I could think of, Defensive Man of the Year. Even defense, Zubac from L.A., he was a very good candidate there. But Sixth Man goes to Pritchard from Boston Celtics, the defending champs, man. That's kind of dangerous when you got the Sixth Man of the Year coming from Boston. What are your thoughts on that one? Who should have got that, or do you think that's rightfully?
I think they nailed that one right on the head. Let's be honest. Peyton has been an amazing player all year long. I don't think there's any question in that one. I don't think there's anybody that's even come close to what Peyton has brought to those Celtics, man. The Celtics look. I mean, they don't look as great as they usually do. I'm going to be honest. They are. I mean, they've lost the game already, so they're not doing as well as some of the other people in this list, you know. So don't
Oh
count them
yeah,
out.
don't count them out. Do not count them out. You know, Orlando took one last night from Boston. That was kind of chippy. It was a chippy game. Chippy game in Indianapolis and in Milwaukee. That series right there, I think might go the distance. It's very chippy. Dame Lillard,
It is. It
Tyrese
is.
Halliburton going back and forth. But let me go to the rookie of the year real quick before
All
I get
right.
to the
All right.
meat and potatoes and we get to our bracket. Rookie of the year. Stephon Castle for for the for
San
the
Antonio Spurs.
San Antonio Spurs, man.
Yeah.
Do you think anybody deserving to him?
I think they did it right. Honestly, I really do. I think it was a correct, thing. I mean, he played really well all year. He fits in there very well with Vic and Chris Paul. I think that's a great team.
And he lost Vic too. He lost
Yeah,
Vic.
yeah. I mean, he lost, and but one thing I can say, I will give credit where credit is due. Why you say he lost Victor Wembanyama. Chris Paul is one of only 7 guys to play all 82 games this year, man. Give it up to him for he's been an older
20th
guy.
year,
He's still
March
doing it,
time.
man. All
20 years.
82 games. He's
20
not one of those,
years.
oh, I gotta sit out, I gotta take rest. LeBron James or anything like that garbage. Get out of here. Chris Paul, you a man, buddy. You a real guy. I love it. I respect it.
Oh man, I hate how you dissed LeBron James in the
I
middle
had to
of
do
that
it, man.
right
Listen,
there.
I love
That's
LeBron. I've supported him a lot,
that's a whole
but
different
listen,
player.
he
That's
takes
a
a
whole different
lot of he does. He takes a lot of rest games, and I don't like it. I don't like what he does, man. I don't like it
does. He does do that. He takes a lot of rest games. You know why? Because
because
he's
he's
aiming
old.
for a championship.
He's
Look
old.
where look where San
He's
Antonio's at.
old.
Chris Paul's at. They are fishing, Marshentime. They are fishing.
He's
Not
old.
Mar. Hey, not the
He's
L.A.
old.
Lakers. They are not fishing, man. They are still trying to gun for a championship.
Yeah,
Trying
really.
is the key word there because it looks like Minnesota, Marshentime, has got their number.
It looks. It's interesting, man. That's all I'm gonna say. I don't know. I'm not counting anybody out yet. They've it's a 2-1 series lead right now.
Yeah.
We'll see. All Lakers got to do is still one more game in Minnesota to even the series back out, and give them home
And
court
they
advantage
might
again.
end up, yeah,
You
they
never know.
might a 3-7 seed. You're talking about a 3-7 seed. So
Yeah,
I mean, Minnesota. This is the defensive team we talked about for the last 2 years, right?
yeah, 100%. They're still
That's the
there.
team we're seeing poke out. That's the team and Rudy Gobert. Let me tell you, I told you the key factor in this series is Rudy Gobert. That last game that they won, Rudy Gobert held 3 different guards to under 30% shooting, including Luka Doncic
Yeah. Listen, man, I'm excited to see what
and
happens.
and Austin Reeves.
Yeah, well, hey, I 100%. Listen, we can't say we've Rudy Gobert is what, a 4-time Defensive Player of the Year.
4 time. That's
I mean,
right.
come on,
That's
man.
right. Yep.
You can't slouch on him. You know what he does. He does his thing. I'm really proud
Yep.
of what he does. So
3 times in Utah, once in Minnesota. That's right. Four
yeah,
times.
I mean, last year we're still questioning it because I don't know if he really deserved it last year, but he got it. So
We are
can't go in the
questioning that,
past now.
but
So
they did run it all the way to the finals. They well,
I
not to the
did.
finals, but to the Western
Well,
Conference
the Western
Championship
Conference
against
Finals. Yeah.
Dallas. Yeah, the
So
conference finals. So
you know,
they took it kind of far, probably on the back of him and Carl Anthony Towns, which is in the other league, trying to make a
yeah.
run right now.
Listen, Donnie Mac, where you want to start? You want to start the West or the East, buddy? You're the basketball guru. Where do you want to start,
No,
my friend?
no.
Yes, you are, my friend.
Guru is a
The
far stretch there,
the
Marshall.
Martian
But let's start
time
in the East.
says you are the guru in basketball, my friend. I have given you the title of the guru for now in basketball. So take it and run with it, Donnie Mac. You want to start with the East? Well, we'll start off right off the easy one, the 1-8 seed. This already looks like it's over.
Yeah, yeah, it pretty much does. Marshall time, and I said this might have been one of the shortest series, and I hate to talk about that, but yeah,
It
I'll
pretty
take
much is.
Cleveland.
Yeah, we're going with Cavs. I mean, I'm not arguing with you on that one. Pacers Bucks, man. Where are you going with here? This is one of the
Man,
tighter
this is a
ones.
tough one. I
Yeah,
did a couple of brackets,
went from the
and
easy to the hard one.
I took Indiana. I took Indiana in my
Indiana.
brackets, but right now, looking at this, looking at the way that the Bucks and Gary Trent just went off for 30 points out of nowhere.
Mm,
When we look at playoff teams, Marshall Time, what do we look at? We look at that not one, not that second guy. We know Giannis and Damian
you're
is
looking
that
at like
second
the
is the
fourth or
third
fifth
guy.
guy.
We're looking at those guys that can come up in the
Yeah.
back end. Every championship team. Gary Trent could be that guy. He could be that guy. The way he went off last week, but I'm still taking Indiana in seven.
Indiana in 7 and I 100. I'm taking Indiana in 6. I think the Bucks kind of came out with desperation last game. I think that's all that was. That was one of those
I hope
desperation
you know
games,
what
man. I feel like Pacers won in 6.
you know what, and I'll tell you this, Marshall Time. I really love the Bucks. You know how much I love
I
that
know you
duo,
do. I know you
Giannis
do.
and Dame. The leading duo scorer in the NBA history, right there, Giannis and Dame. But championships are not built on offense, are they, Martian time?
What do we say? What is it built on, Donnie Mac?
Defenses win championships.
Defense wins
That's exactly
championships.
what
That sounds like an 863 Sports Buzz motto. Defense wins championships. We
defense
all
will
know it.
always
We
win
all
that
love
champion.
it. And I respect it, man. Then you go on to another decent series, honestly, man.
Yeah.
Knicks, Pistons. 2-1 right now for the Knicks. The last two games, though, man, I mean, Detroit's been there. I mean, every single. And even
The
game one,
nitty gritty
Detroit was there
Pistons
for a while.
seem to be messed around with in the next couple of years, and maybe not this year. Them nitty gritty Pistons, they get down, they get dirty, and they know how to get dirty. Beef too, Isaiah Stewart. I love this guy. He gets physical in that paint. They need somebody to get physical. Karl Anthony Towns back down, and I don't understand that. Uh, Cat did not do well. He scored 10 points in the second game. That was the big difference in this game right here. When these guys put their physical presence, uh, let it be known, Detroit, I'm saying, in the paint, then New York has no option. OG Anunoby and Big Body Brunson are the only two guys, even though they got four capable guys that taking over this game. These are the only two guys that I've seen that has an initiative taking over a game. I think this might go seven. This might go seven, but I'm taking New York in game seven.
And that's kind of I kind of agree with you. And this may go 7, but I'm taking the Knicks with you, man. I think they just have too much talent to give up the full series. Give me the Knicks. I'm going
Too
to
much
agree with you. I
talent.
don't know if it's going to go
Josh
7, but
Hart is going to show these
listen,
games and take it over.
the Pistons, though, man, you better be careful with them next couple of years because they're going to be a
Got
deadly team the next couple of years. You got the last one, man, the Celtics Magic. You're high on the Celtics. You're telling me the Celtics are going to win it all again. Do I just move them over?
Come over. I'm taking the Celtics. They're going to win in the 4-1.
Wow. 4-1. I agree with you. The
We
Celtics
talked
win.
about
I
that fifth
I
option,
feel like
Martian
the
time.
Magic steal another win. I feel like the Magic steal another
We
one.
talked about option. Magic don't have that third option. Franz Wagner took over yesterday, and he
True.
absolutely dominated that game. And Jalen Brown did not score anywhere close to what he did in that second game without Jason Tatum. You know what I mean? So them
True.
back in the game together, I think that kind of threw a wrinkle in it. Tingus Pingus, he had a triple double in that second game without Tatum. So this is going to go a lot different. They're so
Okay.
deep.
All right.
Cornette and the sixth man of the year. These guys, it's just not going to go. They're not getting another one. Mark.
All right. Well, let's
Orlando
jump in
cannot get another.
to another game, another series here, man, who has been a fun one to watch because we're watching a guy turn back the clock. And Kawhi Leonard, man, this guy is looking like prime Kawhi. Is he going to be able to take over and take down Nikola Jokic in this series?
I think it will, Mark. I think everything is going right for him and his teammates. You got to have that third guy. Guess what Denver does not have? They've got a couple of guys on the shelf, questionable. Aaron
Ooh,
Gordon,
okay,
Michael
okay.
Porter Jr. kind of hurt. guys to, trust me. We can trust you all we want. You can put up 50 in this game right here, Jamal Murray, and you're still not going to win because the L.A. Clippers got that third guy, and that's Zubac.
Mm.
That's that
Mm.
guy down in the middle. You got James
Mm.
Harden, you got Kawhi Leonard the way he's playing, and Zubac is the only guy in the NBA that can defend the Joker. This
Mm.
is not going to go well for the Denver Nuggets.
Mm.
This is going to end in 6. Denver might get one more.
Oh. Oh. Donnie Mac. Not so fast, my friend. You are out of your mind. All right, that's all I gotta say. You're out of your mind right now because they're playing right now. I just want you to know this. These two guys are
Okay.
playing right now,
That's
and
okay.
I hate to tell you, Denver's up 87-71, and Jokic has 19 rebounds, not even halfway through the fourth, buddy. Give me Jokic because he is the best player in the world. He is carrying his team through this series. Now, on the next series, I don't know so much, but I agree with you. It's not going 6. It's going 7, baby. It's going all 7. This is going to be an amazing series. You gotta watch this game, man. You gotta watch it, Donnie. Man. It's not. It is happening, buddy. It's happening. It's happening. It's happening, Donnie.
You ain't
I'm
watching
calling it right now, buddy.
Game. This is basketball, baby. This is basketball.
Yeah. Oh well, guess what, buddy?
All
I gotta say.
I
gotta say is Jokic is one assist away from another triple-double in the playoffs. So
I don't care. He can have.
I'm just saying, man. Listen, Braun is stepping up now. But I think they're going to get Braun in this a little bit more. I think I think Gordon's going to go. I think Porter's going to go. You're counting all these guys, man. Listen, these guys are going to step up. I'm telling you.
Braun is not strong enough.
I'm telling you right now, buddy. They're stepping up. They're going to start hitting their shots.
Hold on, Marshentime.
Nuggets in 7, baby.
Hold on.
Right.
Next weekend, they lose this game right here. Next weekend, you got to take me fishing.
Nah, I'm all for it, man. If they lose this game right here, when they're down 17, you ain't got a chance. With only 8 minutes to go, you're out of your mind, Donnie Mac.
8 minutes to go. There we go. Until that Kawhi kicks in.
Yeah, Kawhi kicks in. Kawhi is done, buddy. Is all I gotta say. Kawhi has been shut down this game. Only 18 points. Get out of here, buddy. Yeah, you gonna learn something, buddy. You gonna learn not to count out the Joker. I'm sick and tired of it. You don't disrespect my boy, the Jokic, buddy. Do not disrespect my boy. That is my boy right there. We're moving on to the next one. We're going Lakers. We're going T-Wolves. Who you got?
Man, this is probably the toughest matchup. Early on in our podcast when this playoff started, Marshentime, I said this was going to be the highest scoring series. I was absolutely wrong because the same very night I said
the Thunder go for like 150.
Thunder popped off for the 50-point win. So that Thunder series, you know what I mean? They let Memphis get off a little bit. That's been the highest scoring series so far. I was totally wrong on that. But this series is turning into a capable, watchable series because
100%.
LA, we're not used to them turning on the defense. We saw them do it 15 games in a row, but we didn't think they could do it in the playoffs. But they're doing it. They're shutting down these guys, and they're forcing missed shots. First time, this is the toughest series I got to pick right now. But if I have to go, I'm going with the best player on both teams, and I'm going with Luka Doncic in Game 7, knocking off 45 points and throwing it in Ant Edwards' face.
Donnie Mac, I love disagreeing with you. But
I know you do.
I agree with you, buddy. Luka is the best player in this series. And listen, Ant just needs to learn to shut his mouth. Luka's already shut him up last year with no help. Now he's got LeBron James on his side. You're out of your mind. Give me the Lakers. Give me the Lakers in 6. Lakers are going to figure it out. They're going to win in 6.
6. Marshentime says in 6.
In 6. They're shutting the Ant
That's
up.
The best thing that happened to them.
Yeah. Moving on to the last one, buddy. I know you love the Rockets.
I do.
I know you love them. But they're playing the Chef Steph, my friend. Chef Steph, buddy.
They are.
1-1, series tied. I think they play tonight, don't they? Yeah, they play tonight,
They play tonight. You
in
know
Golden
what, Mark?
State.
I took a one-game fantasy playoff in my FanDuel tonight for a lot of money.
Uh-oh.
And
Uh-oh.
there's only one player from the Warriors I took. Can you guess that player?
I'm guessing it's going to be the main guy, the concierge himself, Chef Steph.
That's exactly who it was, Marshentime. That's the only guy, and I did not take him. I took my MVP as the only guy that's going to set foot in that paint and command his dominance. And that's how fair and saying good. He is going to dominate that paint, and he's going to make
Ooh.
these guys shoot
Ooh.
outside. But
Okay.
little do the Warriors know, they do not have Jimmy Butler now. It's going to be a little bit more difficult to guard Ty Eason, okay, Green,
Mm.
and all these guys, Jeff Van Fleet out on the perimeter. So when he's not doing his damage down there, these guys, and I'm not talking about Eman Thompson. This guy is the next generational all-around
100%.
player, 1 through 4. This is not going to go well for the Warriors tonight. Houston is going to absolutely pound them tonight,
Ooh.
and
Okay.
they're going to go on and pound them in this series in 6.
In 6. Man, you're counting out Steph Curry. I'm a little bit hurt by that. I'm going to be honest, man. But I agree with you in one thing.
Truth.
That the Rockets will win this series, but it will be in 7. I think Steph in Game 6 is going to come out and put off a show of the lifetime again. He's going to go for 50 points, and they're going to win Game 6 to force it to Game 7, and Houston's going to take it home.
I think Steven Adams is going to have a little bit of something to say about that. So it's not going to work out.
Listen, man. Chef Steph, baby. It's
My
all I
boy's
got to
back
say.
in full effect.
Chef
He's back in full
Steph,
effect.
Donnie Mac. We all know who the
footers.
main guy
You
is.
can't deal with it. Draymond Green himself can't.
7-footer, man. Steph just rains it right over his head and drains it in the thing. Listen, buddy, we've seen his shots when they when they were playing in Game 1. My man was throwing it up and making shots that were just unseen.
Going down.
Don't count him out.
Going down.
All right, now we're moving on to round 2. Donnie Mac, you want to go back to the East, or are we staying in the West?
Stay in the West. Let's
Stay
do
in
it.
the West? All right. Number 1 versus the Denver Nuggets. A Thunder Nuggets series. Where do you want to go, Donnie Mac?
Well, I wasn't taking the Nuggets to begin with.
Oh, that's true. You were taking the Clips, weren't you?
I'm taking the Thunder in this game, though.
Yeah,
Thunder.
I think
Nobody can hold a stick to this team right now. They got the MVP. They've got the guy that can shut down anybody in the NBA and in the torture chamber, and they got a guy that can back him up. They got the Twin Towers and Isaiah Hardenstein. They got Chet Holmgren. This is my NBA championship team.
Oof, listen, man. Well, I'm still sticking with the Nuggets playing the Thunder. Because it's going to happen. And that is going to be one of the best front court matches you will ever see. With Chet Holmgren and Isaiah Hartenstein versus Nikola Jokic, man. I'm going to love it. But I agree with you 100%. The Thunder are going to... I think the Thunder are making their run to the finals. They're making that way. They're just going to run it through, man. I mean, they're looking so good. I mean, so many guys on this team can score, man.
Marshentime, I'll tell you what the matchup's going to be. That's going to be Chet Holmgren bumping with Zubac.
It ain't happening, Donnie Mac. I've already called it, buddy. It's not happening, Donnie Mac. I'm calling it now. I've already told you once. I've told you twice. It's going to be the Jokic getting the final laugh in that game, buddy.
We're going to shut down all that Kawhi Leonard.
Lakers, Rockets, buddy. Lakers, Rockets. Who you got?
I think you know who I'm going with right here. I'm going to go with the 2 7-footers right now. The Lakers cannot compete in the paint, and that's all they got to do. Fair and Sangoon, and like I said before, the other big guy, Steven Adams, they're just going to pound them. And if they can't do that, they'll do it with one of their 3 guards.
Want the not so fast you again, Donnie Mac. and the main reason in this one is I love your analysis on that question, but I feel the Rockets are young. They're so young. I don't think they're going to be ready for this big competition they're going to go up against. And I feel like they just beat the Warriors. They just beat that. I feel like the Lakers are just going to be just a little bit too much. I feel like the experience in Luka's and LeBron's making those runs to the finals, I think they're going to end up winning this game in 6. I think they're going to win it. But I understand your opinion on that one. I don't mind it. I just feel like experience is going to be the reason they win that series. So I'm putting
nobody on this side minds if you mind it.
Listen, Donnie Mac, I don't want to hear your crap. We're going to the East, buddy. You got the Cavs and you got the Pacers, buddy. Who you got?
Yep. You know who I'm taking in this one. I don't think the Pacers are going to stand a chance. Cavs 4-1.
I'm not even going to argue that one. I 100% agree. The Cavs are just looking so good, man. They're looking so unstoppable. I don't think there's a team that can stop them right now. You're moving on to the Knicks Celtics,
Pacers
then,
are
buddy.
going to exhaust all their energy in this series against the Bucks. I'm telling you that now.
It's a good possibility. I don't blame you on that one. Knicks Celtics. We talked about this at the beginning of the year. These were the two teams we thought in the East that were going to make the run for it. Here we go. In the playoffs, we called it, but it's going to be one series before the Eastern Conference Finals, Donnie Mac. Who you got?
I'm taking Boston. I'm taking them in 6.
In 6?
The only reason I take them in 6 is because I think there's still going to be another element between Jaylen Brown or Jason Tatum. That's what scares me.
Okay.
I think Pingus matches Cat all day long.
Yeah. No, I can agree with that. Listen, these
are
the two most deep teams, though. Let's be honest, man. These two teams are very deep in the East.
Well,
with all their big guys.
Too.
Dude, Cleveland is not deep. Cleveland's just stacked. Cleveland is like deep from all the way down to 20. But the Knicks Celtics have the two main big guys. They all have their big guys. They have Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum. You have OG. You have Jalen Brunson. You have Cat. You have Peyton Pritchard right now. You have Pingus. You have all these guys. All these guys are well-known names, I mean, if you start to go to Cavs, you go, Donovan Mitchell, you go Mobley. And then you kind of throw Garland in there. You can kind of throw, but they're all so good at the Cavs. They're all such a good team, I feel like.
Let me pause you right there. When you talk about last year, you're not talking about the same names. You're only talking about these names because you've seen it this year.
True.
That's why that's why the coach of the year is going to go to Kenny Atkinson.
No, 100%. I agree with you on that one, man. But no, listen, we're sticking with the Celtics on that one. I'm going with you. We're staying in the East End, Donnie Mac. Guess what? We're going Cavs Celtics, buddy, right here, right now, Donnie Mac. Eastern Conference Finals, buddy. Who you got? Don't disappoint me. Do not disappoint me, Donnie Mac.
Listen, I've told you this from day one.
Don't you do it.
I thought
Don't you do it.
To beat. They got
Don't you do it.
They got Old Man Howell. They got 8-man deep compared to 7-man deep.
Donnie Mac,
I'm going with the Boston Celtics.
Go.
And 7 over the Cavs.
Donnie Mac, if I had my flag, there it is.
Hang on. Go with my boys.
Get out of here, Donnie Mac. Go away. I'm over this with you. No, I'm not even putting the Celtics over there, buddy, because the Cavs are moving on. The Cavs are the best team in the East for a reason, Donnie Mac. Garland right now is sitting out a couple games from the Heat. He's going to be even healthier. He's going to be rested. Listen, buddy, they are taking down the Boston Celtics in 6, Donnie Mac. No. It's not even going a full 7. No. The Cavs taking it 6, buddy.
Don't do it.
6.
Don't do it.
6, buddy.
Don't do it.
6. That's all I got to say right here, right now, buddy. The Cavs
April 26, 2025, guys. Do not forget that. Marshentime is drunker than
I'm disappointed in you for not sticking with your team and showing that true colors. You're a traitor, Donnie Mac. You are a traitor.
Hey, I don't want to hear that crap. When you did the same thing last year to your team, when I took them to go to the national championship and the year before, FSU got screwed, man. I don't want to hear that crap. You didn't take them. I did. Okay? That's all.
And I took your Ohio State Buckeyes, so I don't want to hear from you.
And hold on. Last NFL Last NFL season, I called Tua Tagovailoa to be the MVP. Did you? No. You still want to oust this guy.
I
I don't want
do.
to hear it,
I
Mark.
do. So
I
I don't
do
want to hear.
not. I do.
We're
I do
moving on
not
to the
want to
West.
hear this crap.
You got the Rockets. You got the Rockets, buddy. You got the Thunder. Who you got?
Oh, Oklahoma City not showing me any letback right here. This is where the youth and the veteranism is going to come into play. With Alex Caruso coming in. He's another veteran leadership on the defensive president. Lou Dort has been doing this for 4 or 5 years, Mark time. I'm taking OKC in 6.
OKC and 6 over the Rockets. Because you have the Rockets, I have the Lakers and Luka and LeBron. Man, you got Luka, they got LeBron, they got AR, they got Bronny. Nah, you're right. Thunder win. Come on, you didn't think I was going to go that crazy. That ain't happening.
No,
I ain't going that crazy.
No, I didn't think you were.
Donnie Mac, you have the Thunder versus the Celtics in a clash of titans. Who do you go with to win it all, buddy?
I do. In Marshentime, as much as I've stuck with the Beantown Celtics this whole year and the depth they have, the OKC Thunder have kind of changed my mind a little bit. Down this last stretch of the season, everybody's talking about the youth they have on their team. Marshentime, I don't think that's true. I think they have a lot of veteran leadership there. Like I said, Alex Caruso, Lou Dort is now a veteran, in my opinion, 5th year in the NBA. Second time finishing 4th and Defensive Player of the Year. Got Isaiah Hardenstein. He's been around the league for a long time. Got Chet Holmgren. Yeah, he might be young. And Shea Alexander, you know what I mean? Jalen Williams, he's a 3-year veteran. I am taking the OK City Thunder in 7.
That's the right color here. OK
City against Boston.
Thunder.
This could be a 6-game series because they have that kind of depth, Marshentime, and they have that kind of youth, and I think they have that kind of experience.
Thunder in 7, you say? Well, you see, I got my 2 colors. I got the green. I got, that was for you. So now we're going on. I got the Cavs and I got the Thunder, buddy. I got the Cavs. I know I got the Cleveland Cavaliers. Even though I'm not the Cleveland Cavalier fan, but it's okay, Donnie Mac. I have your team's back. You may not, but listen.
No way.
With Donovan Mitchell,
don't do it, Mark.
With Jared Allen, with Evan Mobley, with Darius Garland,
no,
with Max Strus finally hitting some threes, buddy. He's looking good. He's hitting some shots. This is going to be a deadly team. We're talking. Listen, buddy, I don't even want to talk about Ty
Wade.
I've never even seen Ty Jerome before. Then I watched him in game 2 hit like 30 points. I'm like, who is this guy? I'm like, what is this garbage? Listen, buddy, I love what the Cavs are doing. I love the way they're playing. This is going to be one of the craziest series of all time. I'm talking 2 overtime games. I'm talking buzzer beater shots, man. At least 2 this series. But I am going the team.
Who's hitting them? Who's hitting them?
Who calls themselves the Cleveland Cavaliers in 7. Give me the Cavs in 7, my friend.
Cavs in 7. Who's hitting the game winner?
Listen, buddy, I'm telling you right now, Chet's hitting one. Chet's hitting one, and D. Mitch is hitting another, buddy, because he is on another level right now.
Not even the MVP, Mark.
Not even the MVP. They're going to shut down Thunder. Listen, this is going to be a crazy series because the one game's going to be all offense. The next game's going to be all defense. Both these teams are so good at both. This is going to be a great series, an amazing series. But I'm taking your Cleveland Cavaliers to win it all, Donnie Mac. You may be the traitor, But
Dog
I'm
food.
riding with him. I've been riding with him since mid-season, baby. Let's go, Cavs. I got your backs. I got your
Hey, you
backs.
know,
Donnie Mac may not, but I do.
hey, one thing I've been riding with was those OKC
You have.
OKC
You've been
Thunder.
you've been talking pretty good about
I've been riding with them for a long time. But I will say this. Let's get back to this, Marshall time, real quick,
it. All right,
real fast.
we're back to
Voters
it.
fatigue. You know what I'm talking about. The MVP
Oh,
ballot, O-
oh,
OKC
yes,
City Thunder
yes.
with Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, Denver Nuggets with Nikolai Jokic, and
Mm.
of course Milwaukee Bucks with Giannis Antetokounmpo. I think, and let's get down to this. Most people are voting right now for Shea Marshentime. You've witnessed, I've witnessed two other things and one other thing. So when you really divide this through the lines, I mean, do you really weigh that the Joker season? I know, don't be biased. This is analyst
Mm.
Marshentime here. Do you think that kind of season had, or honest?
Listen, man. What Jokic has done has been absolutely insane. And I'm here for it, buddy. Like I am glad I got to watch all of this stuff, and I am proud of what he's done. There is no guy more deserving in the MVP than him. And listen, Shea, I love Shea. I love what Shea's done. Shea's done amazing things. If this is any other year, 100% he wins the MVP. There's no question in my mind he wins the MVP. Jokic is averaging a triple double. Averaging. My man had the first 30
When's the
20 20 game ever. Ever.
when's the last time that was done?
Donnie
Exactly.
Mac. It's just like, come on.
Exactly.
You got to give it to Jokic. I
Listen,
love what Shea's doing, but I can't do it.
voter fatigue, Martian time. My 100% number one vote goes to the Joker. I'm
100%.
telling
I
you this
agree.
live right now on the 863 Sports Buzz podcast. He has got my vote. From what this guy has done, from a team he led to the championship 2 years
100%.
ago, and this guy has not led his team to a championship. Giannis is off of 3 or 4 years of leading
Mm-hmm.
his team. He's gone through injuries. This guy is a mainstay. He is the Joker. He is the Iron Man of basketball.
100%, man.
This is voters' fatigue, 100%, and Nikolai Jokic deserves that MVP vote.
I 100% agree with you. I'm very, don't get me wrong. I love Jokic and I love what Shea's done though. Shea has done an amazing thing, but we talked about this. MVP is supposed to be the most valuable player, right? Well, if you
Right.
take Shea off that team, the Thunder are still going to win quite a few games. They have a great team all around them. If you take Jokic off the Nuggets, that team's not in the playoffs. That team's in the lottery. That team's probably won like 20 games. They're probably like the Wizards are.
You could say the same
I'm
thing about
sorry.
the Bucks, to be honest.
Ah, man, I don't know, because you still got
That's kinda
Dame.
tough.
You still
That's
got
kinda
you
tough.
still got Brooke Lopez, who's had a great year. You
Well,
still,
Brooke Lopez
man,
is 19 years in his veteran. Look
I
at
100%
Jamal
agree,
Murray.
but
Look at Aaron Gordon, Michael Porter Jr., Ryan Braun. These guys you're talking. So that could go both ways. But bottom line is, you take that guy out of that lineup right
it's
now.
just a drop.
What kind of chance do they have?
They have
no
none.
chance.
It's insane on what it is, man. And
That's
I
what
love it.
I should take. When you get this play out of that, you got a chance for you got a chance for Milwaukee. You got Gary Trent. Take the Joker out of that lineup, Mark. See where I'm going in this playoff
Yeah,
series right now. In game, in series one, you remove those guys. What do you got? You
you
got the
have a
most valuable player in the
yeah,
world.
you have a very crappy team. Honestly, let's be honest. Like, it's just
Exactly what you
that's
got.
what it is,
That's
man.
the
I mean,
most
and
valuable player.
he's 100% the best player in the world, and it's not even close. Like, it's just not close right now, and I love it. And I love Shea. I love Giannis. I love Luka. All these guys. I just don't see it, man. Listen, I'm ready. And listen, the next couple of years, I wouldn't be surprised if Jokic leaves Denver Nuggets and goes somewhere else.
I
And
will.
that very well team may be the Lakers. I'm just calling this now.
It could-
I'm very well calling this now, buddy. I'm calling it early.
How cool would that be,
Luka
Marshentime? How
Jokic
cool!
will be on the same
I will
team
be
in a
the
couple years from
biggest
Lakers.
Lakers fan on earth after that, dude. I will be the biggest Lakers fan on earth. I swear to God. I will buy everything Lakers. I will be cheering these guys on until they win 5 championships. Because you and I both know
They
what
will
they
win
can do.
championships, 100%. There's no doubt in my mind.
You and I both know, Mark. Time. Hey, before we get off of this subject and we kick off, and well, let's get off of this subject before we get off of
All
air
right,
here,
all right,
real quick. Let's talk about Major League Baseball.
all right.
What i- what are you seeing right now? What are the top things that you're seeing right now? Atlanta's making a comeback.
Yeah, yeah,
Chicago
which
Cubs
kind of
are
doesn't
out
surprise
strong.
me. I mean, we all called that.
The
Let's be
Oakland
honest.
Athletics got one of the number one offensive teams in the American League because they're playing in the minor league stadium. Let's be real. But
That's a
what's
good
time?
possibility of why,
What
yes.
is your overview right now? You and I, Chris Sale
Uh,
bounced back yesterday.
yeah,
Paul
yeah.
Skeens bounced back. They gave us a couple of good starts, March time. But what is your wrap around right now? What's going on at MLB?
I think it's kind of there's not really any teams that are bad, not any teams that are great. I think it's a very interesting thing, and I just want you to know, Donnie Mac, the Denver Nuggets have just won the game, so good game, but it was a great game. It was it was a close shot at the end of the game for the Denver Nuggets to win. So I just wanted to point that out there, but it's okay,
Okay,
you know.
a
But
close shot,
yeah,
close shot.
it was great,
They
well,
reeled them in, but it was a close shot. I still can't go 50.
yeah, oh wow, that actually that's gonna be a very close one. This may go into overtime. That was actually really close. But no, the one thing I wanted to
Oh
say is
no! Oh, back him up, Martian
that was
time. Back
close.
him up.
That was
Beep,
close. That was
beep,
interesting. That was a cool
beep,
shot though.
beep. Back him
Listen,
up.
the one thing I wanted to say, which surprised me the most so far, is the Orioles. They have surprised me how not well they're not playing well. Like I don't know why. I thought all this young talent they have, their pitching, they're just not putting up runs. I mean, their pitching staff's not doing bad. They're just not putting up runs,
No,
man. They're really
don't
not.
say that.
And which has kind of
Bullpen is
surprised me this
uh,
year because I really expected the Orioles to go deep in the playoffs this year. I'm still questioning on what's going on, so I don't know.
right now.
Donnie
But
Mac, have you?
what?
I mean, listen, you're gonna have to look at this because this is the most insane. This is the closest timing shot I think I've ever seen in my life, man. Like this is insane.
It's
Like
playoff.
wow. I mean, that red light is going off as he's dunking this ball, man. I don't know. That's a close
Oh
one.
man,
That's close.
it's still in his hands, man. If it's not past the rim and it's still in his
But it's
hands,
so close, man.
oh,
I
it's
think
no
it
good.
is.
It's
I think
no
it
good.
is. Like it's like exactly the same timing
Oh,
when he's
Mark.
going from his hands, buddy. I don't know. That's insane. That's crazy. That's a cool thing to watch. But I think Major League Baseball's got a long way to go. We're not even a quarter way through the season, so I'm still excited to see what's happening. The
No,
pitching's finally starting to catch up, though. You can kind of see it now through all the games.
yeah, absolutely, Marshall. And that's one of the things I've been tracking is a lot of starting pitching. I've been on top of the fantasy baseball thing,
We
and
know Donnie Mayer. I know
a
that
lot of
for
guys
sure, buddy.
a lot of guys are surprising me, and I'll let note right now, DC idiots, you guys are going down. I've got you down by 80 points right now, guys. So you guys are going down right now as we speak. I got 3 starting pitchers going tomorrow, Marshall time, but one I'm waiting to come back. And the
Donnie Mack
most
was taking
surprising
that victory,
thing,
guys, from this guy. I just want you guys to know Donnie Mack was taking the victory from this guy. He was not allowing it.
taking it, Marshall time, but one of the biggest things for me, and I think you'll agree on this, is that we called the start of the season and look at the finished 5 games above first place. That's the thing that blows my mind. I mean, Chaminade is still on the injury list. He's not slated to come back to the field. He's still on my injury list too, because I'm going to keep him in my pocket. I'm going to start him when he comes back. But these guys, Pete Alonso, he is leading the Major League Baseball, not national. He's leading Major League Baseball on base right now. As if yesterday, when I looked at the stats, Pete Alonso still not above 500% on offense. So that is absolute awesome what they've got going on right now. Healthy in the bullpen, and Juan Soto is not smashing the ball yet.
No, I agree. It's gonna be an interesting year though, man. I'm
I'm not a
excited.
Mets fan, but I'm excited about what they got
Yeah,
going
yeah.
on.
And it has been cleared the Denver Nuggets have won the game.
They got lucky, Martin.
Listen,
You and I
without
both.
Russell Westbrook either. I just want to point that out there. So
Hey, hey, the sun shines on the dog's ass every once in a
listen,
while.
buddy. I've already told you they're winning the series. I called it now. I just wanted to let you know. So we talked that we still got NHL and stuff. For next week, Donnie Mac. Next week we're gonna have to do a big NHL special, buddy. Because right now it's heating up, man. I love what the Panthers
Made
are
me
doing.
choke on my
They're up
water.
2-1. So
Yeah.
don't choke now, Donnie Mac. I don't want you
that
choking that
game
way.
really surprised me right now. Take that one right there. Panthers, like this is probably the best series you're going to see.
Oh, 100%. I wish this was
Right
a
now,
Stanley
it's
Cup
watching
final.
Tampa Bay and Florida. Chichuk coming back with those 2 goals in game 2.
Game
Man.
one.
Absolutely
That was game one, man.
phenomenal Marshentime. Or game 1. I'm sorry about
Game
that.
one. Yeah.
Absolutely phenomenal. He come out of nowhere. Nobody thought he could come back from the injuries, but here he is. He's a gamer, Marshentime.
He's ready to go,
This
buddy.
guy is on board. He's ready to score. Just like Four Nations, like he put his body out there.
Yep.
He's out there on the ice for the Panthers. He's going to do it. This is the last.
Listen, I'm ready for it all, Donnie Mac. I'm ready for it. Anything else we got to talk about, Donnie Mac, before we sign off for the day?
I think that's it, Marshentime, until the next time when we talk and the Clippers win this series and you're taking me fishing.
Listen, buddy, it ain't happening. You might as well just give it up. But I'll still take you fishing, buddy. But you're buying the fuel.
All right, Marshentime, that's what I'm talking about.
Donnie Mac, sign us off, my friend. Sign us off, pal.
All right, guys. Hey, promise we will be live on TikTok next week. Same time, 7:30 Saturday night. This is AC Sports Podcast. That's your host, Marshentime. I'm his co-host, Donnie Mac. We'll be back.
Peace.